We're opening sails now. The wind has picked up. This is the life that we always wanted to live. Our emergency tiller is not just for decoration, it is for an emergency situation. Of course, right now, as you can see from my face, this is not an emergency because I'm very calm. But we were thinking, why leave it to test only when it's needed? So we're playing around a bit with this, testing how we feel about it, and then if we ever need it, we'll know how it goes. So we're having some fun with the tiller.
A lot of you are wondering what speeds we do on this boat. Now, of course, we've got 3 out of 4 sails. We measured the wind just now with a wind meter and we added this actual speed we're going, and it's about 11 to 15 knots of wind and we are doing 6 knots. So I think that's very good. We've got the wind coming from about, well, I'd say about 90s there, about 100 degrees port aft. And can't wait to have that full sail up. We're going maybe a knot, 2 knots faster. I'm super happy with this performance. We're getting very fast. Look at that. Fish can't even catch up. That's why I'm not catching anything. Autopilot mode engaged.
We woke up this morning with one mission: sailing. It's not like because we have to go somewhere, it's because we want to sail. And I think it's the first time they are actually like, okay, no engine at all, let's just do the speed Yabá can do, because there's no rush to arrive anywhere, there's no storm chasing us, there's nothing that we have to do except for sailing and learning Yabá's ways. And look at this, we have 3 sails open, a wind of 12 knots, and we are doing 6 knots. Half the wind on a boat that's probably like 50 tons. Very big, very heavy. 6 knots, even 6.5. I am so happy. I know Yabá is everything I ever wanted because she's my home, but I was scared that she would underperform. But this, we couldn't ask for anything better.
Picking up. If I know myself, all I know what gives up. That's why I'm staring at my phone, knowing that I'll call, but hoping that I
as you can see, we're doing a little fix on the hull of our dinghy again. So I've been rowing to the beach, and on the way back we met a boat called Captain Ben, and we couldn't stop but have a chat with him. So we did a good trade and traded some beers for some good sized fish. 5 of them, look at that. I know what we're having for dinner. That looks, what's the name of this fish? I don't remember, but it's not good vina. But I bet it's tasty. Anyway, barbecue on. Might suit off. Yum yum time.
Being here in Florianopolis has been really amazing. We got to go to a baby shower, to a surprise birthday party where we got to dress up as sailors. We saw dolphins. Hey! Mira, se tira para atrás, mommy! We were just really having a blast. But the boat's not finished and we cannot only just keep having a blast. We need to get working. So if you like watching building, let's go.
You know, take it. Up first, laundry and doggies. See you later. Hope you see dolphins. It's perfect dolphin weather. Not gonna be able to... The job that's been on my mind for the longest time, of course, is to finish this. I wanted to get the doors installed and also gel coat it all. And when I told MP that we should not use this toilet for a while until it's kind of gel coated and finished, she said, I'm not using that bucket again.
I'm not using the bucket again.
So plans changed a bit. My main goal is going to be that, but just before, I'm gonna make that pee and poo ready. Then there were 2. Cross, which means no, and a tick, which means yes. So this mess in here, we are doing loads of things. We've received a boiler, we've received, we're working on the toilet, the pump, everything. So we're really trying to get this boat as livable as possible, including all stuff like this, you know, like the priorities. But we should have maybe done this first.
The toilet we're using at the moment is in our room. The main toilet is that one that is being built now. As you can see here, it's not ready. This should be looking white and smooth with the gel coat that Ben still has to apply. So we were discussing that should be our next step, so this toilet can finally be finished. But if we gel coat this, we cannot walk on it, we cannot really use it, so this will be shut. And we're gonna have to go back to the bucket, which I refuse. Mainly because now we are 5 people living on board. It really wouldn't be nice. So we decided to actually work on that toilet, have that one ready, and then once that is ready and usable, we can finish this one. So this is gonna be looking like this for now, which is not very pretty, but it's functional. And then this one over here is gonna get all our attention. So you can start using this one, having the toilet there, the sink will be functional, the shower hopefully, and then we can go back to that one. And I want to make our toilets look super nice. I have really nice ideas in my head, and I hope that when they become something real, they look as nice as my imagination is telling me they will.
It was very nice to take a break from being in here. Look how nice this looks. I'm not going to touch it yet, at least not until tomorrow. But I've made a little wooden support here which goes like so. Now I should figure out how high it's going to be, and then this tank can be strapped down, fastened, so it's not going to move. And then everything here, of course, it's going to be closed off with some access ports for maintenance, of course, and also a little place for the shampoos and stuff, but that's all later on, and that's the bit that I'm excited for. But we have to do all these things first that no one's ever gonna see. Hang on, I have been summoned over here. He's done some testing.
I don't know if you can get the hint of this and this, of me wanting a colorful toilet. So we have a couple of options here. As you can tell, I'm very fond of blue, green, and every shade in between. And now I brought these colors here so I can choose one. And I think for this toilet, this one would be very nice. It's the one that, since the moment I put it down, I'm like, yeah. So I think this wall, inside that cupboard, all that will be painted with this. But the varnish still not 100%, and Ben wants to install that. So I think my painting job will have to stay on hold, just so I can be even more excited when I do it.
Okay, come, follow me. Follow me. What about this?
What about this? So we want this wall to be filled with goodies. What would be a nice background for it?
Okay.
What do you think?
Spin it around. Now point to the camera. From bottom right, if you count right to left, the third colour.
My right?
That one.
That's nice.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Now. Right now.
Now?
Now. And if we don't like it, we paint the other one over it. Or we can do a design or a drawing, but that's going to be the big... What did I say? That one.
I've been wanting to paint this wall and add some decoration since the very first moment we moved the board, but we really had more important things to do, like preparing the toilet, preparing the kitchen, preparing the sails, actually traveling. So this project was really not on the top of my mind, but you know, you have to do fun stuff too, and I will look at this wall every day and it will bring me a lot of joy, so why not do it now, right? I am so excited! We are ready for the second layer out of hopefully 3. We'll see.
Let's see if MP made a mess while painting, and then we can install all the nice finishing touches again. She did a very good job. Finally, a wall that isn't just its primer. Or what is it? Epoxy based paint. So because we didn't know what we were going to do with all these walls and stuff, and we didn't want to leave it all exposed and unvarnished, so we just chucked like epoxy based paint on everything, so that later when we make decisions like these, we just paint over the top of it and everything's nicely protected.
I just want to know what happened here with this wood. It's not looking good, is it?
But that doesn't matter because look, up right, look, you cover it. It's clean.
Did you eat it?
Since when do they make square shaped Phillips ends? Now I know this isn't going to make our boat sail faster, but as we're living on board, these things make such a difference. What is going to make our boat sail faster is our fourth sail, which is actually at the sail maker right now, which is literally on this beach. So we'd rather wait just a little bit so we can get this sail and also leave. And there's something else that's just across the bay from here, which is going to make our life so much easier. And when you think sailboat, you think of this item as well.
But what is the secret?
I'll tell you soon when we go and get it, because it is super exciting. Of course, it's the last one. Do we like it?
So cool. Do you like it?
Very cool. Now for you to paint the rest.
There's one thing I didn't love. This bit here in white. I think we should paint it the same color. What do you think?
Okay.
I'll do it.
I'm really enjoying all these colours coming into the boat.
Me too.
I'm enjoying all these colours, just kind of making everything a bit more fun. We're going to have the shower box over here, and the other one is going to be a wet room, so everything is fiberglass shut. However, this one, even though it's going to have a box, I want to be able to have a little, what do you call them, the outlets of the shower and the sink. I want to have another one here, so if anything we can kind of just chuck a bucket and make sure it's all nice and clean. So I'm going to get the planks, which are identical to those over there, and I'm going to just lay them down one by one with a bunch of Sikaflex to make sure they're nice and sealed. These three have been glued together so tightly that this one with the angle wouldn't fit anymore, so I've had to adjust it. And I can tell you that cutting Purple Heart after cutting so much plywood, it's a lot tougher, I can tell you that, especially with the jigsaw. Anyway, Rafa was over there, he's helping me tape up everything, so it's kind of like a factory line, what is it, production line, and I can just glue everything in place here. Working a bit later into the night because I really want to get this finished. The only problem is now we want to be able to close that to actually have a toilet. Now, there is a plank that we've made earlier, and that is one that has been stored on the roof for ages, so I'm going to cut into that. We need just 2.5 planks of 72 centimeters long, and luckily we have a nice, I've got a headlamp here, and luckily we have a nice light up in the mast. I'm going to show you how bright one light can be. We're definitely going to have to put this one first because, let me leave this on for you guys, the last plank has to seal here nicely. So let's get this glued and screwed into place. It's almost done. It's literally just a few screws to keep it where we want it. And now you can see why we need this in place first before we add the planks. Now we can have the planks coming all the way up to it. And we've also have these planks, so we have some of it over the grey water box to be removed, and then this part over here, which is not to be removed, over these two. I know I still need to sound this one, but I'd rather listen to this. I'd rather cut. Hey! I'd rather cut the bit off that I don't need now and then sound less later. You see what I mean? So, clever thinking.
Nice, lovely.
That's the last one. Absolutely epic. I'm not going to fasten these yet because the shower box is still going to be fastened and I need to connect a hose from here to the grey water tank. But this is why I split them. These will eventually be glued into place and these two will be less glued into place, so we have access to the grey water box. But now it is time, drum roll, for my queen to decide where she's going to sit on her future throne.
That's silly because my bathroom is the other one.
Okay, I'll have the electric one and you can have the manual pump.
I'll bring the extra.
You see what I mean about the back? I mean, not that you're going to lean back, but it's perfect. You're never going to sit up that straight. I say one of us has to use the loo today, so let's get that installed.
Really, really? But it's like 9 p.m.
Well, we've got until 6 a.m. until the alarm clock goes.
Today, it's until midnight. We have 3 hours.
Easy.
Okay.
The door, of course, it's like a bendy one. Even if it wasn't a bendy half door, it would still shut. So that's very cool. We can sit. Of course, we're not going to sit up straight, and even then it's good. But anyway, we're sitting good. So I think we can start fastening it down. And as it's like, there's nothing around it, it's an electric pump, we have very easy access and remove the back planks to inspect the grey water tank, varnish. Oh, so much sawdust today. And now it's time for us to fasten it. And to do that, can you tell these are homemade?
They look like dog treats. By the way, I said it was around 9 p.m. Now just check the clock and it's 10 p.m. I'm not very good at guessing time. So instead of 3 hours, we have 2 hours.
We're practically finished.
I still need to do the electrical bit so we can actually flush, because Ben said that someone has to use the toilet today, but I don't want it to be there without being flushed. So okay. I'm gonna do some wires while Ben does this.
Ready? Here, here, here. And then here, 1, 2, 3. I think this is missing some epoxy resin, some polyester resin, some super glue, and then we'll be good. I get crazy when it's late. Hey. Okay, I'm very, very happy with that. Look at that! That's not coming off. Things are getting a bit more complicated now with the holding tank. So, I don't know, I think we've got all the pieces. So I think I'm going to put the toilet here. The in we can already connect. I'm going to have to put 2 valves. And then I kind of lose track from then onwards. So I say we put it in place and see how far we can get. Okay. Time to connect the outlet from here. Instead of going straight out there, we're going to have a bypass to the waste tank over here, and that's what I'm trying to figure out now with this valve. Probably going to look something like this, and then we can start closing it. I want to close it with enough gaskets and liquid gaskets and everything possible, because you don't want any of this leaking. But then probably a couple more hoses and then we're done. Super late. I'm whispering. A lot of people are in bed, and P's still not in bed. She's working still, but I'm gonna talk quietly and finish this, and then try and go to the loo today. I'm practically there, guys, but this last bit is driving me absolutely bonkers. Like, all I need to do is get all these loose ends to join over here. But I think everything we need is in place. Comes in through here, flushes, of course it goes up through a siphon before it flushes, then it flushes, goes out through a siphon, comes down the siphon, and this is where it will decide. Do we want it coming in and out through here to this T and to the through hole, or do we want to turn it and come in through this one over here to the holding tank? For now there's a nice orange zip tie here to make sure no one moves it. All the tests are still going to be done, of course. From the holding tank there is a pump that will suck everything out and send it to this same T and then out through there. Now the only reason I can't test it now is I don't want it to be flushing, coming in through here, avoiding the tank, going to the T and then filling this hose when it's not needed yet. So I'm going to need to find a way to prevent what comes up here to go back into there, and everything is under the beds and everyone is asleep, so I'm not going to wake them up for that. I'm going to call it a day though. We started with no flooring and now we have flooring, the toilet, the plumbing, and it is 1:45 AM. So I'm going to call it a day. lift the bed tomorrow, finish this and connect everything, and then we can flush it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are awake now.
All we need to do is add the button, which is here, which should take no time, and also make sure nothing returns from the T junction thingy over there back into the grey water box, black water box, holding box, and then we're good.
Okay, I think this is it for now.
The last piece is going to be installed, which is the piece I couldn't get last night, so I'm going to get it and then install it. Just over there, wait, can I point there? And then I'm going to shut the door and be alone for a while. I think we're ready.
Really? Okay, it's on.
I really hope there's no leaks.
Oh, water's coming.
But also from the valve. Easy fix. So these things are all used, and you can tell this one here is not in a good state, but I think we have some spares. So luckily the boat came with 3 toilets, so we managed to get another siphoned valve, is it? You just didn't check this one. That black stuff is from the through hole, probably.
Yay! Fairy came to celebrate! Do we have an electric toilet now?
Oh, we're never going to use the other one. Cut! We're out! We're done!